Hey everybody, thanks for clicking the thumbnail. I hope you enjoyed the video. And this video, yes, it's going to be another list video, but what I'm going to do is it's part 3 of a 3-part series where I've been ranking the top 6 wingers. In part 1, I did the Atlantic Division. In part 2, I did the All-Canadian Division that probably we're going to see this season for one season. And today we're going to do the all 31 teams. So we're going to do it in a bit of a different way. So I've got all the listings here, but what I'm going to do is not go 31 to 1 or 1 to 31. I'm going to go alphabetically and then place them where they go. I'm not going to do the top 3 until we get to the end. So it won't be like number 1 gets put in early in the video. It's not. So the people who flip through, I guess you'll have to flip through to see them all, but hopefully you'll stick around and see where the top 3 where they come out. And if you're paying attention, you might know by who I'm leaving out who the top 3 might be. All right, so first, before we get to that, I would like to say just one thing, and that is hashtag Movember. We are in November. We're raising money for men's health awareness, for mental, physical health awareness. That's why I'm growing my mustache. Yeah, I have some of this, but I'm growing my mustache. And yeah, so hopefully you'll, there's a link in the description. You can click on that. That's going to get you to their site, and you can make a donation if you'd like to help support. I'd appreciate that. So that's hashtag Movember. Link in the description. That's it. And just before, if you're liking the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down there and hit that notifications bell. That's going to get you notified for future Habs videos. So if you're a Habs fan and you want to see Habs content, that's the right word, hit that button and you'll get that. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go alphabetically. And we're going to start off with Anaheim. So I have all of the top 6. I got their wingers. Some teams I've got more than 6 wingers, some teams just 6 because we're looking at the top 6. But I think for some teams it's a mix and match. So, okay, so for Anaheim, they have Jacob Silfverberg, Rickard Raquel, Sonny Milano, Danton Heinen, Troy Terry, Max Jones. Nothing really stands out there. So oddly enough, because of it, even though it's alphabetical, they're still number 31. So I got Anaheim at 31. They got a lot of work there. I heard talk that they're going to trade Guentzel, and you know, a lot of the wingers' success based on the fact that they've got a good center. So Anaheim definitely, I think, down there. Next up is Arizona. Nick Schmaltz, Connor Garland, Clayton Keller, Phil Kessel, Lawson Krause, and Christian Fischer. Some good names there. Keller, but he hasn't lived up to his potential yet. Does he do it next season? I don't know. Kessel went over there and just didn't perform. I had said, I don't think he's going to get the numbers, and he didn't. Connor Garland, he's a small guy, but really good winger. If this guy had 4 or 5 inches on him, he'd be amazing. And Nick Schmaltz, steady. I know he just lost his father, so I don't know if it'll affect him for his play. Condolences to the Schmaltz family for that. But so Arizona, let me consult my list and see where I've got them. Not as far down as I would have thought going into it, but not that high up. They're in the bottom 11. So Arizona at 23. Also remember, if you agree or disagree with any of my picks, let me know in the comment section. That's down there. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my picks. I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. You agree, disagree. Let me know down there. Next up is Boston. Boston with Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. Now, going into this unknown when start of the season is, and that's not how to say it, but they were looking at December 1st, I think, originally, and they were saying Marchand and Pastrnak are going to miss a lot of time, a month to 2 months. Considering we're going to probably start January 1st or after that, it might not be as affected, Boston, by the fact that these guys are injured going into the season. So you got Marchand, Pastrnak, Jake DeBrusk, Andre Cash, I don't know how you pronounce that, Anders Bjork, Craig Smith, who they just acquired, Greg McKegg. You know, that's a decent, it's not a bad group of wingers. I don't think it's the best group of wingers, but because without Marchand and Pastrnak, it really brings them down. So we don't know how much time they're going to get, so we'll see. I have them at number 12. So they don't make the top 10, but they're not at the bottom of the pack either. Next up, Buffalo with the newly acquired Taylor Hall. Victor Olofsson, he's in his sophomore season, I believe. They just re-signed him. His second year with them. I think he was a rookie last season. Jeff Skinner, who should have a bounce-back season as far as goals. Dylan Cousins, young kid, up and coming, looks like a good one. Tage Thompson, Sam Reinhart. I don't know how much they help, but still, that's those top four really make that group of wingers, I think. And I have them at number 11, just ahead of Boston. I imagine there's some Boston fans, I don't know how many watch me, that might not agree with that. Let me know. And yeah, let me know what you think. Next up is Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey. Elias Lindholm, Andrew Mangiapane, I'm not sure how you pronounce that exactly. Matt Tkachuk, Milan Lucic, and Dylan Dubé. That's a pretty decent, I mean, those top four. Mangiapane's pretty good, a good, solid third liner, maybe, and can play the second line. Lindholm, I've had him in fantasy pools. He puts up numbers. Johnny Hockey needs to have a bit of a bounce back season, and probably will. And Matt Tkachuk, I don't really like him, but he is a good, solid hockey player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So I think that's a pretty good group there, and they make the top 10 at number 10. So Calgary at number 10, so we got a top 10 team on the list already. Next up is Carolina. Carolina with Andrei Svechnikov, Tuvo, yeah, that's it. Tuvo Teravainen, if I'm saying it wrong, sorry. Nino Niederreiter, Martin Neckash, Warren Fogle, Jesper Fast, and Ryan Dzingel. So there's more than 6 in there because Dzingel on the line combination site I saw, they had him on the 4th line. Maybe he's playing there, but I mean, this is a guy that can move up in the lineup, I think, as well. That's a decent set of wingers. I don't have them at the top. I don't have them at the bottom. I have them pretty much right in the middle. Carolina at 15. Oh, I forgot to how to spell Carolina. Isn't that bad? Getting older is not fun, everybody. Okay, next up is Chicago. Chicago's got Alex DeBrincat, Dominic Kubalik, who was in the running for the Rookie of the Year, Pius Suter. Must be religious parents to name him Pius. I don't know anything about that guy at all. Patrick Kane, Matthias Janmark, and Alex Nylander. That's a pretty decent group of forwards there. You've got Patrick Kane, obviously the best there, one of the best in the league. Kubalik, I guess he's in his sophomore season coming up. Alex DeBrincat, his 3rd or 4th year. Small guy, but Cole Caulfield type. Obviously, Caulfield kind of models himself after DeBrincat. So I think that's pretty good. Also, I think, though, in the middle of the pack, and I have them at number 16, just behind Carolina. They're in a rebuild, they've said, so we'll see how that works out, if anybody moves on, what they do, but they have said and told their players and fans that they're in a rebuild. Next up is Colorado with Gabriel Landeskog, Mikko Rantanen, Brandon Saad, and Andre Burakovsky. That's a pretty good, damn good top 4 right there. Tyson Yost, Jonas Donskoy, really good there. So that's pretty good third line as well. Yeah, I like Colorado, and I believe they are number 9. Next up, switch the page. Rick, Columbus Blue Jackets, Alexander Texier, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Gustav Nyquist, but I think Nyquist is injured. I heard this. He's going to miss some time. I don't know exactly how long, so he might not be part of the really the equation here. Cam Atkinson, Nick Foligno, Boone Jenner, Riley Nash, and Liam Foudy. I included him because I hear a lot about the Foodies. I don't know much about them. This isn't really a group of wingers that anybody really stands out, but you know what? That's a good, solid group of wingers. They really play for their coach. They bought into their system, without a doubt. So this is a really good, solid group, I think. And I have them at... surprisingly, and I think I might have disagreed with myself going over this, is at 18. I think it's just because there's no stars there, there's no big name there, and I'm not a star guy, but there's nobody with those numbers and all that. They're just a good, solid group that play well together, and proof of it is, look how they've been playing and what they did in the playoffs last year. No, they didn't win the cup, but I think it was a really good showing by them. Next up, Dallas with Jamie Benn, Alex Radulov, Denis Gurianov, Jason Robertson, who is Toronto's Nick Robertson's older brother, much bigger guy from what I understand. Don't know a ton about him that way. Somebody told me about that. Jeff did, as a matter of fact, we were going over this. Andrew Cogliano, Blake Como. So Jamie Benn struggling lately. Alex Radulov, I think he's dropping off. I like Denis Gurianov, a young guy, but he's young and he's not totally proven yet. Jason Robertson, good, big, young kind of player. Don't know a ton about him. Andrew Cogliano, Blake Como, I mean, they're average, solid NHLers, but I mean, not, you know. So I think Dallas is on the downswing. Yeah, they got to the final. How do you say that about a team that got to the final? But I don't think it's a great set of wingers there, and I got them at 26. So let me know if you disagree with me. Let me know in the comment section. That's what it's for. Detroit is next. Tyler Bertuzzi, Anthony Mantha, Robbie Fabry, Bobby Ryan, Sam Gagner, Philip Zadina. Jeff was telling me he feels Zadina's going to have a monster year. I think he could, and he's a good prospect. I think could definitely have a breakout year. Tyler Bertuzzi, solid. Anthony Mantha, would love to see him in a Habs uniform. Robbie Fabry, a little inconsistent, but he had a good season. Does he do that again? And Bobby Ryan, the veteran, coming back from some personal problems, definitely capable to have a good season there. So Detroit, even saying all that, I have them at number 24, but they're up and coming, and I expect this team to rise over the next couple of seasons. And maybe this will look back and then go, geez, I was way off. They were much better. Next up, Edmonton. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, Jesse Puljujarvi, Dominic Cahoon, Kyler Yamamoto, Tyler Ennis, and James Neal. This is a lot of potential here. In Puljujarvi, he didn't have a great run, went to Finland, coming back young, a high draft pick, a lot of talent, had a good season when he was in Finland, but still it's potential till he does it. Dominic Cahoon, a young guy from, they signed him over from, as a free agent from Buffalo, that's it. I don't know a ton though about him, but he's a good solid young guy, and we'll have to see there. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, obviously, this is a good player, don't have to worry about him. Kyler Yamamoto had a really good small sample size, but the numbers, the games played and goals were amazing. There's a lot of potential there. Not a big guy, I think he's on the small side, but still a lot of potential. Tyler Ennis, solid third liner. James Neal getting older, but you know, can still put the puck in the net and get you 15 to 20 maybe. Yeah, I think they still struggle though there, and it's a lot of potential. I think they could finish higher than where I've got them, yes, but I've got them at 22. So this, you could look back and say, wow, Puljujarvi, Yamamoto, awesome. They work so well with McDavid and Draisaitl. I think there's a lot of potential for that, so we'll have to see, but I have them down there for right now. Florida's up next. Jonathan Huberdeau, awesome. Owen Tippett, that's, I think, Dave Tippett's son. High draft pick, a lot of potential there, playing on the first line, I think. Grigory Denishenko, know nothing about him. Patrick Hornquist, they just acquired him from Pittsburgh. Alexi Ciarella, I've seen him play there. I don't know a ton about him. And Frank Vetrano, solid, I guess, third line guys. Florida, underwhelming. Huberdeau's great. Everybody else has to prove themselves, I think. Hornquist, let's see how he plays there in Florida. I know he wants to be there because they want him. He didn't really want to leave Pittsburgh, but I don't have him very high. I have him at 29. But they have potential to rise up, I think. Just I have them low there right now. Next up is Los Angeles, the LA Kings with Alex Iafallo, Dustin Brown, getting older, but still capable. Jeff Carter, also aging. I don't know how he's doing. Jeff says he's still doing well. Martin Furk. I love that name, Furk. Austin Wagner, who they just acquired. No, that's somebody else. Austin Wagner, Adrian Kempe, and potentially, I guess, Alex Turcotte. I know he signed his ELC, so potentially Alex Turcotte could be there as well. I don't know. Where do I have them? And I'll say, yeah, I don't have them very high. I think there's potential there. Can Carter have a good season? Dustin Brown, does he have a fall off or not? I know he's getting older. Is Turcotte going to come in and play? What is he going to do? Like, there's some question marks there, and I don't have them very high. I have them at 27. But obviously, they have potential to rise up there as well. Next up, Minnesota with Kirill Kappazov. That's the kid that signed like Alex Romanov. The contract was burned in the first year. The first year was burned because they signed him during the return to play. I would imagine if you do that with somebody, then he's going to be pretty good. At least I think they did that. I'm pretty sure anyway. Kevin Fiala, pretty good. Zach Parise, solid older player. Matt Zuccarello, another solid winger. Jordan Greenway, young guy, has a lot of potential to be good. Nick Bjugstad, I know he was injured. They traded in the Pittsburgh deal where they got, I forget who they got, but they got Bjugstad, I think, from Pittsburgh. And so it's a good core. I have them higher than you might think, I think. Yeah, I do. I have them actually in the middle of the packet, number 17. There's a lot of work to be done there in Minnesota. They don't have the centers. They really got to find a couple centers. They find good centers or the centers perform well, and these guys do better. So I don't think they're horrible, sort of the middle of the pack. Next up is the home team, Montreal. Montreal with Thomas Tatar, Brendan Gallagher, Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson, Jonathan Drouin. I'm going to include them all. Yoel Armia, Arturi Lehkonen, Paul Byron. I include, I believe, all 8 because it's kind of mix and match. Second, I guess third and fourth line are kind of mix and match. And a lot of these guys can play anywhere in the lineup if need be. It's a really good set of wingers. They're a really good set of wingers. I don't think I'm being a homer when I put them up here at number 8. I think they deserve to be high up. Maybe I have them a little higher than a lot of people might think. Let me know in the comment section. But I think that's a good set of wingers. I think there's some room for potential in Anderson because he hasn't proven the numbers that we were expecting from him. Tyler Toffoli is a proven guy. Brendan Gallagher, a proven goal scorer. Thomas Tatar playing for a contract, going to give you really good numbers, the leading scorer on the team last year. Jonathan Drouin. Potential there for him to get 50, 60 points. Yoel Armia can play up in the lineup, no problem. 15, 20 goals potential. Arturi Lehkonen still has potential for 10 to 15 goals and good player. Paul Byron can play anywhere, get you 10 to 20 depending on where he plays. If it's fourth line, you're not going to see 20 goals, but if he plays third line or better, he's going to get you those goals. He can score. So Montreal, I like them at number 8. Yeah, I don't think I'm being a Habs a homer when I do that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm being a homer. Next up, Nashville. Nashville with Philip Forsberg, Victor Arvidsson, Eli Tolvanen, know nothing about him, Luke Kunin, Nick Cousins, former Hab, Rocco Grimaldi. Forsberg's really good. Arvidsson can score. I don't know enough about anybody else other than Cousins. I don't have them rated that high. I don't think they're going to be able to move that much up, but I have them at 25. So I think they need work on that. I don't think they're a horrible team. They probably work well together, but nothing stands out there for me. So, I've got them at 25. Next up, New Jersey. They've got Jack Hughes listed as a winger right now. I think Hughes will eventually be the center, maybe this season, when he bulks up and has more experience. But they have him listed as a winger now. Kyle Palmieri, Nikita Gusev, Jesper Bratt, and Jesper Boquist. 2 Jespers. That's unusual. Andreas Janssen, I guess they got him from Toronto. And Miles Wood I've got listed in there because he could play up in the lineup. Palmieri, definitely good. Hughes is coming along. Gusev is a decent NHLer. It's only going to be his second season in the NHL. And the other guys I don't know much about. Janssen is capable, definitely. I don't have them super low, but I don't have them super high either. 21st, New Jersey. There's potential there, though. Potential for some good stuff happening for New Jersey fans. Next up, New York Islanders with Anders Lee, Jordan Eberle, Anthony Beauvillier, Josh Bailey, Kiefer Bellows, Brian Bellows' kid, I believe, and Oliver Wahlstrom. That's a pretty solid, not a top set of forwards, not a bottom set of forwards, but what keeps them up higher than being on the bottom of the league, for me, they bought into their coach's system big time, and these guys play as a group quite good. Their numbers, they don't give up a lot of goals. They don't score a ton, but I think it's a good set of forwards there, and I have them in the middle of the pack, but a little higher up there. And New York Islanders are here, number 14. Okay, next up are the Rangers with Chris Kreider, Paul Buchnevich, Arturi Paneran, Capo Caco, Alexis Lafreniere, and Julien Gauthier. Kreider, we all know, we all hate him for what happened to him and Carey Price, that crash in the net that probably lost us the 2014, is it 2014 or 2015 Stanley Cup? I don't know a ton about Buchnevich. He's been there for a while. Arturi Paneran, what can you say? Maybe the best left winger in the league right now. Definitely a great player. Capo Caco struggled last season in his first year. We'll see what happens this year. A lot of potential there. Alexis Lafreniere, first season, number 1 pick. A future great player. I expect big things from him. I don't know anything about Julien Gauthier. So I had the Rangers. I had them at number 4. I reviewed it, and I've dropped them. Not as far as I thought I might, but I think they're in the top 10. I got them at number 6. I think there's a ton of potential there, and there's some good players there in Kreider and Paneran already, and I just think you got a ton of potential, and I'm not going to drop them down because of the potential. I think this is really good, better than the other teams that I'm saying that about, really. I think they're going to finish up there that high. So it's a bit of out on the limb, so let me know what you think in the comment section. Ottawa, Brady Tkachuk, Evgeny Dadonov, Chris Tierney, Connor Brown, Alex Galchenyuk, and like I say, and his father, Drake Batherson, Tim Stützle, possibly, I don't know. Brady Tkachuk, good left winger. I don't know if he's number 1, but definitely top 2. Evgeny Dadonov, a really good ad for the team, a team that needs help everywhere. Chris Tierney, solid. Not exceptional, but solid. Connor Brown, solid. Galchenyuk, questionable. Does he have a bounce back? Does his father let him listen to the coaches? Or does his father coach him? Like, what going to go on with that? I don't know. Drake Batherson, as Jeff points out, a good Maritime boy, Nova Scotia boy, and a good talent, young, could have a great season, breakout season. Tim Stützle, don't know if he's going to play, if he's going to make the team, is he going to play center or wing, but got to have him in the equation, but I don't think it helps. I think they're struggling still there, and they're finishing at number 30. Like I said, I like Tkachuk and Dadonov. After that, it's kind of unknown, and there's potential, but it's kind of unknown. So I think Ottawa's in the bottom of a lot of lists. Next up, Philadelphia with Claude Giroux, Jacob Voracek, Oscar Lindblom, Travis Konechny, James Van Riemsdyk, and Joel Farabee. That's just solid all the way through. Just solid. And even though I kind of not the biggest Flyers fan, especially after the last series we played them, but still, that's solid. Nobody can argue about that. And I don't know, I'm looking there for that. I have them pretty high up. And Flyers fans will be happy to see that I have them at number 4. Very up and coming. I'm a little not happy with their coach for some of the things he did and said, but that's a good, solid winger group, without a doubt. Next up is Pittsburgh. Jake Guentzel, Kasperi Kapanen, Jason Zucker, Brian Rust, Jared McCann, Evan Rodriguez, and Brandon Tanev. So I added Tanev in there because there's potential for him to make a big contribution, I guess. Guentzel, solid, playing with Crosby, going to get his points. Kasperi Kapanen, going to be on the other wing with them. I think he'll do well. Jason Zucker, I like Jason Zucker, very capable second liner. Get you 45, 55 points. Brian Rust on the other side, same thing. Jared McCann, solid. Evan Rodriguez, I don't know a ton about. And Tanev, I think he's getting older, but he's capable, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's a good group there. Not as good as Philadelphia, but not that far behind, because I have them right behind Pittsburgh. Plus, they kind of buy into their coach, their system and everything, and that's a big thing. So, yeah, that helps a lot. Next up, San Jose with Evander Kane, Kevin Labanc, Timo Meier, Noah Gregor, Patrick Marleau, Marcus Sorensen. Patrick Marleau's still there. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be about 40. It's okay. I'm not the biggest Evander Kane fan. Kevin Labanc, solid. Timo Meier, solid. But to me, Patrick Marleau too, but he's at his age. I don't know. What can he contribute? So, I don't know. I don't see a lot happening with them there. And I probably have them not very high, as you can probably figure, at 28. So, we've got the bottom 11. That's them. They're all figured out. Three more spots there. Top 3 there. And number 7, let's see who fits in there. St. Louis, Jaden Schwartz, Robert Thomas, Zach Sanford, David Perron, Sammy Blais, Oscar Sundqvist, and I don't know when he'll come back, but is it Vladimir or Tarasenko? It changes a lot if Tarasenko's healthy and he plays a full season. It would raise this group up a little bit, but I think it's lacking there. I don't have them obviously in the bottom 11, but I do have them down here at number 20. I think they're starting to fall off there. There's some good stuff there, but there's no big guy. Tarasenko's the big guy, and he's not going to be there. Jaden Schwartz, solid season, probably have another solid season. Robert Thomas, a young guy, a lot of potential there, but we'll have to see how that works out. Next up, Tampa Bay. Nope, I just gave one away. Toronto, Zach Hyman, Mitch Marner, Ilya Mikheyev, William Nylander. See, I don't edit, so I can't take that out. Alexander Kerfoot, Jimmy Vesey, Jason Spezza, Wayne Simons. So I've got, I believe, 8 there because they've got a lot of mix and match there. Marner and Nylander, they're quite good. You got Hyman, good solid third liner. Mikheyev, who they just signed, young guy. They just signed him to a new contract. A lot of potential there. Alexander Kerfoot switching over from the third line center to the third line winger. Jimmy Vesey, capable. Jason Spezza, Wayne Simons, old but capable. There's going to be some movement there. So I think they're pretty good. How am I looking there? Where do I have them? I have them not in the top 10 though. So Toronto fans are going to get on me. And maybe that I have them under Boston, but I have them at 13. As a Habs fan, I kind of think it's appropriate at 13, but I do think they fit in that area there. So maybe they could be ahead of Boston and Buffalo. Maybe they're where they are a little lower, but they're right around there. That's Toronto. Next up, Vancouver. I gotta check now. Vancouver, Jt Miller, Jake Virtanen, Tanner Pearson, Brock Besser, Antoine Roussel, Brandon Sutter. And it's funny because in the line combination site, Brandon Sutter's listed third line right winger and fourth line center, so it's hard to do. I don't know. Jt Miller, does he have another great season like that? Virtanen needs to break out. Does he have his breakout season? Kind of like Jeff was saying, a lot like Drouin. Tanner Pearson, Brock Besser, stay healthy all year or not, makes a big difference. Antoine Roussel, big tough guy, don't know what he contributes to offense. And Brandon Sutter, I know he was an up-and-coming guy, don't know if he's still that, but I have Vancouver at, where do I have Vancouver at? Number 19. I think there's some work there. I think there's going to be some drop-off. Can Besser stay healthy? So, yeah. Next up, because we're running out of time. Top 3. I believe there's the thing. So we're left with 4. I missed somebody. Did I miss somebody? Let's see who's at number 7. Yeah, okay. Washington, Alex Ovechkin, Tom Wilson, Jacob Vrana, TJ Oshie, Carl Hagelin, Richard Panik. Great forwards. They're definitely in the top 10 because that's all I got left there. But are they top 3? I'm telling you now with a 7 there, and I said I wouldn't reveal the top 3. Should tell you where they fit. Washington at number 7. I think they're good, solid, and I also think these top 10, I think you can make arguments for any of them in any position. It was really tough to figure out who was better. So let me know in the comment section if you think I was wrong, and let me know where you'd put them. But I got Washington at 7. Number 3. No. Yeah, we're going to actually do number 3. Number 3. We're going to go in order now. I have the Winnipeg Jets with Kyle Connor, Blake Wheeler, Nikolai Ehlers, Patrick Laine. Let me concentrate so I don't misspell Winnipeg. Andrew Kopp, Mason Appleton, and Jack Roslovic there also. So you've got a good, solid group of wingers. They could easily be number 1 in most people's lists, but I got them at number 3. Can't go wrong there. I think the top 2 lines are really awesome. So Winnipeg fits in at number 3. Who is number 2? Number 2, I gotta look there. Number 2, Tampa Bay. So I gave it away that they were one of the top 3, obviously. Andre Palat, longtime Lightning. Nikita Kucherov, one of the best in the league. Alex Killorn, I like a lot. Solid third for sure, second line winger. Steven Stamkos, if he's healthy, Stamkos really ups this list, obviously, because he's listed as a winger now. Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman, solid third line guys. Tyler Johnson in there as well. Now, you got to think one of these guys could be gone because they need to make some cap space. Still, this is a Stanley Cup winning, solid group of wingers, and I've got them at number 2. And that just leaves Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights with Jonathan Marchessault, Riley Smith, Max Pacioretty, former Hab, Mark Stone, Alex Tuch, a young Nicholas Roy, I don't know much about him, but Tuch, big, bruising kind of winger. Mark Stone, this kid is awesome. Maybe one of the best wingers in the league. Top 3, Jeff says number 1. Max Pacioretty, we know what he's like from here. Streaky, but very, very capable, solid guy. Riley Smith, also very capable. Jonathan Marchessault, also a great winger. So this is a really great winger group. This is why Vegas is always in the running, always up at the top since they came into the league, because they've got really good players, and they brought in players to replace others to just improve, and I think they have the number 1 winger group. Okay, we're done finally. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It's a damn long one, I'm sorry. Leave a comment in the comment section if you agree with me, don't agree, where you think I'm wrong, where you think I'm right, if you think I'm crazy. And if you haven't subscribed yet or you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here talking Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And I'll see you next video. I'm doing my live stream tonight, so if you're still hanging around, live stream at 8:30. I'm not sure yet. Hope I'll see you there. Bye, everybody.